Once you've crafted this great narrative and you start moving it into a slide deck, you want to have one idea per slide. The reason is that the audience can only focus on one idea at a time. And as a communicator, I can only talk to one idea at a time. So we're going to maximize engagement if we're both focusing on the same idea. So when you look at your visuals, anything on that slide that's contributing to your message, we call that signal. And we want to crank it up as loud as we can, make that as clear as possible. Anything that's on that slide that doesn't contribute to your message, we call that noise. And we either want to eliminate it or at least diminish it as much as possible. So the starting point for evaluating our visuals are these two levers of signal and noise. Crank up the signal, diminish the noise, and keep that ratio as steep as possible. And then once you have that signal to noise ratio right, learn to embrace clear space, negative space, space where something isn't. What clear space brings to your visuals is it brings oxygen. It just allows your ideas to breathe. And the amazing thing is your audience assigns perceived value to your ideas simply because they aren't cluttered. There's room for it. Isn't that wildly unfair? You could have the same ideas on a crammed in slide and the same ideas on a slide with lots of space, and people are going to perceive this as being smarter, being more intelligent, more designed. And so we want to make sure we learn to leverage that tool of clear space. And then finally, be careful of the myth of slide count. I don't know what number you're working with, whether it be, I've heard 27 seconds per slide or 93 seconds per slide. Whatever it is, it's a made up number. I guess maybe someone's personal experience. But be more concerned about having your audience track with your ideas. The myth of slide count means that if you have so many slides, it takes too much time. And that's not true. I love in our workshops, are about 6 to 7 hours of training. And we literally have 250 to 300 slides in a workshop. And normally towards the end of the day, we'll be covering something like negative space or clear space, and this conversation will come up. And I'll just ask everyone, hey, we've been going for 5 or 6 hours. How many slides have we gone through? And the guesses are amazing. I hear the 27 or 73. Rarely do I hear anyone guessing over 3 digits, over 100. And so I'll say, well, we're actually on slide 247. And the whole room just goes, what? Why? Because I've just been clicking through slides and talking. When you are in a presentation, your slides are not the presentation. You are the presentation. Your slides are meant to work in tandem with you. And so you want them just to support and reinforce what you, the communicator, are saying. So don't be afraid of slide count. Be more concerned about having your audience not engaged with your idea.